JARA. Welcome to JARA Garden. In this episode, we will be covering our foundation, the progress of it, the materials we're using, our methods and mixtures, as we're incorporating some ancient techniques with modern sensibilities for a strong, eco-friendly, natural foundation. May you always have a blessed day. I'm going to do my best to stay out of the sun. It's dry season right now. And right now it's the hottest it's been all year, about 87 degrees. So feeling the heat today. But we still continue on. So I'll show you our foundation. And after that, we'll take a peruse through the garden. Here we go. And here you can see our site. Just to reiterate, this is essentially a circular dwelling with an extra room for washroom and a bump out where the kitchen's going to be. Because the beauty about clay and natural homes is you can do lots of curves, go around trees, nature. You do want to keep as close to the circle because that's more structurally sound geometrically, especially if you're doing a reciprocal roof, what we plan to employ. But today we're here for the foundation. Let's get close up. This is the final layer of our foundation. We've dug about 0.7 meters, half a meter down, and then we hit hard rock. So we're kind of using that to key the foundation into the rock of the land. So with a chisel, we cut the hard rock, and we've been placing heavy stones, gravel, rock, and mortar like a puzzle until we reach level, which is where the soil is here. Our home is a single story, so it's just a circular dwelling with a reciprocal roof. So this foundation is plenty for us. I've consulted with a lot of the local clay builders here. They told me not even to do a foundation, that because the iron in this soil is so strong, and I've made some test mixtures I'll show in a later video. It's rock solid once you mix water with it, or even tannin water. They said not even to do a foundation. I don't know if I'm biased based off of engineering backgrounds or what I was taught in school, but it makes sense for me to do a foundation. So this might be overkill for what we need, but it gives me peace of mind. So our fill here, if you could say, these are stones from the sea. Something about these are great. Just keep in mind that sea stones can have a lot of salt in them naturally, near salt water. So you want to wash them somehow, either soak them in fresh water or leave them out and let rain kind of wash through them. That's what we've done before you put them in. The salt can be very erosive if left untreated. This is our gravel, and this is all from site. Back, there's a big mountain here that descends, and there it's really easy to get gravel and other kind of looser stones such as this. You just take a wheelbarrow one day and fill up. So we've interlocked puzzle piece. You don't want these to move. By standing on them, test that. And get rocks in there. You can use a stick to push them in, lock them into place. And then we come through and we pour our mortar. Now I'll show you, as we're close to being done with the foundation, we poured some mortar about 2 days ago. And you want it to dry as slowly as possible so you get less cracks. I'm going to remove this tarp. And if you have arachnophobia, beware. There's usually a lot of things hiding under this tarp. So let's see if I survive today. Luckily in Ghana, there aren't that many poisonous insects. Not compared to Jamaica, at least. Try not to get this. This shirt is not what I wear in the bush, by the way. This is just for the camera. Don't want to get that. All right. So here is our curing mortar. You see some of the old mortar there. Stone solid. And then after the mortar is played, I usually add some more gravel. That puts pressure on the water mixture. I should tell you what the mortar is made out of. So our mortar is a mixture of water, sand, fire ash, and termite soil. That's the strongest method we've found. This is drying and curing. You see, here's doing good. If you leave it out in the sun directly, it'll dry too quick and you'll get cracks, which aren't the end of the world, but for the strongest structure, you don't want any cracking. If you do get cracking, you can just mix some new mortar, make it more of a slurry, and pour it over until you don't have any cracks. It'll go in and seep down. But I enjoy this method. Oh, I got a message. My device is overheating. That's how you know how hot it is today. Okay. Well, I'll close this out and keep it brief. I enjoy this method. It's nice. Dry stacking also works. The reason we went with this is we don't have a ton of big stones. We have to go source them ourselves. So the mortar lets us use a bit less large stones. Dry stacking is also perfectly fine. All right. Now I'll take you on a peruse through a garden. We have 5 new date plants that have been planted, as well as more pineapple for up to 9 dates. And if the video cuts out, my apologies. I cannot control the sun. Maybe I need to find a phone hat or wrap a shirt around it. Maybe take the case off too. That can help. The first date. So this one in the seedling stage, some animal ate part of the leaf, but it's sending out a new shoot, so it's doing fine. And for date trees, there's a male and female variety, and cross-pollination is very important. I've planted them all in the same area, that when they mature, if we have any male trees, the bees and the pollinators will pollinate the female ones. I'm very excited. Dates are one of my favorite fruits. And here is a future hole. I found it really helps new seedlings if you dig a hole before you plant. Something about spirituality of it. The soil gets ready for new life. On date here. Keeping an eye, the ants in this area, they love to go around newly planted mounds. Sometimes they'll eat the seedling or destroy the roots. Sometimes they'll leave it. So it's kind of at the mercy of the ants. And it's kind of random per plant. This one's growing fast. Dates are a desert crop. so they don't need too much water. What I do is I keep them relatively dry. We do get decent rain in the tropical weather here. And some I'll water a bit more frequently just to test out. Diversity is always good. This is the oldest. Alright, the phone is surviving. Let's see if I can show you these pineapples before the phone takes a rest. Fresh pineapples here. These are using a new planting method. I've started generating a liquid fertilizer on our ground. There you go. That's the new coconut back there. With this liquid fertilizer, I take charcoal and I soak it in the fertilizer. And now I put some of those pieces in the mounds with new growth. And this is the first test, see how they're doing. It's worked well in our raised beds. And we got another coconut back here.